All right, guys, so there's a couple of things happening around the USL Championship, but the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about was Bad Bunny is going to be an investor in the USL Championship. All right, this is just a rumor right now, I guess, but I couldn't believe it. I mean, there's like wind picking up around it, and I'm just like, what is going on? But before we get into all of this, if you're a fan of the USL, please give this video a like because it really helps with the algorithm so that we could get more exposure of the USL out there. And then also, before we continue, as you can tell, I'm a little bit sick. I got the flu over the weekend, but hey, that's okay. It's flu season. I hope it's not too much of a nuance for you guys, but with that, why don't we get into it? And yeah, like I said, Bad Bunny and Yadier Molina are rumored to be investing into a soccer team in Puerto Rico. It looks like Yadier Molina is going to be the main guy, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it because, of course, I want the league to grow and to have a team in Puerto Rico. I mean, that's incredible. I think that there's going to be a lot of things that happen because of that, a lot of positive things that could happen because of that. I mean, you're going to have a team in a tropical island competing in the USL. Bad Bunny's going to be tied to it, and if you're a fan of his or not, he's a worldwide known superstar. He's traveled all over the world. Many people know him, and I feel like with his name being attached to that project, it's going to be like, okay, there's a team in Puerto Rico. What is this? Bad Bunny's involved. Okay, where are they competing? What league? The USL, not even the MLS. Oh, what is the USL? So it brings curiosity, it brings eyeballs. With him being also a fashion guy, you're going to know that this jersey, this kit, whatever's going to be behind it, it's going to be a fashion statement. I just know that's going to happen with him. He's going to be wearing it, so people are going to want to buy it. And so, like I said, it brings in more money when you have a superstar like that involved. The only downfall is that it's in Puerto Rico, and we have had teams in Puerto Rico before. We have had teams that competed in the USL in Puerto Rico, and they have not made it. They have not been able to. They've had to fold, unfortunately, and that is because of money. Money is a huge factor, guys. Obviously, in soccer, you have to pay the players, you have to pay the staff, you have to pay the travel. The travel is so expensive. That is what I keep hearing being repeated from, sporting directors or presidents that say it's travel that costs a lot of money because you have to pay for all of these guys. You have to pay for the airlines, the hotel. The United States, it's so big, so of course it's going to cost money. And if you're traveling from Puerto Rico, it's going to be, no matter what, it's going to be expensive, I feel like. That's what has a potential to hurt this team if it does come into fruition. And I hope that the USL, the league itself, is talking to these guys and saying, okay, these are going to be the costs. These are going to be the factors. If you guys really want to do this, this is not a game in the sense of there's going to be risks, and these are what they're going to entail. And I hope that these guys know that. But of course, when you have more money to invest, more money to put into things, maybe you can make up that stuff. I hope they can. It's my guess as to why a lot of teams, they don't really function outside of the United States or any other country. I'm not sure, right? I don't know the distance and stuff, but I mean, the United States is pretty much the size of Europe. And if you're traveling all of that time, if you're traveling all the time for away games, that's going to add up. That's going to add up. And also with the league being so small, not compared to the MLS and stuff. But like I said, I hope it succeeds. I hope that they're able to do this. And they're also going to invest in the stadium that's down there. There's a 20,000 capacity stadium down there, and they want to reinvest in that. I hope that if they do this, a part of that is making the stadium look beautiful, making the stadium look like a soccer specific stadium. And unfortunately in the USL, I hate that some of it is in baseball fields or some of it is in college stadiums, and the stadium looks empty because it's not filling up to the capacity. And I mean, recently in the FA Cup, you had Tottenham versus Tamsworth, I believe was the town or the team, and they played in a 4,000 seat stadium. 4,000 seat stadium that looked way better than some of the stadiums in the USL Championship, the baseball stadium or the football stadium, like I said. And guys, I wish that the USL Championship had stadiums that look like this, that were soccer specific. It looks beautiful. It looks like the way it should be. The game should be played in. So I hope that these guys, when they invest in that it'll look nice, and I'm sure it will be because I mean, these guys have money. They're gonna put a lot of money into this. I'm sure that none of this is cheap, and so I hope that it works out. Also, I'm not really sure if in Puerto Rico soccer is viewed in that way. I mean, when I think of Puerto Rico, a lot of times I just think of baseball. Yadier Molina, like him. I just think of baseball. I think that that's what the number one sport is down there, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong, and I hope that it is soccer. The soccer is a worldwide sport. It's known throughout the world. Obviously, it's the world's game. I hope that this does happen. I would love to have a team I think a team in Hawaii would be awesome. I think a team in Puerto Rico would be awesome. It's something different. It's something that I haven't seen personally. Like I said, there were teams in Puerto Rico before. I wish I was a fan of the USL during that time just to see what it would be like, how they played and stuff like that, what was on the field. So I'm excited to see what comes of this. I hope it nothing but success if it does happen. It'll be a unique thing about the USL, something that we can brag about. that there is a team that plays in the USL from Puerto Rico. And talking about stadiums, San Antonio FC is investing right now in their stadium. They're investing $1 million into their home, and they're investing, for the players, the pitch that they're gonna play on, the fans, the experience they're gonna have, and that's the way it should be. I wish more teams are like this in the USL. I wish that more teams wanted to do this to be proud of their stadium. And I mean, Sacramento Republic is trying to get a new home, and so is Oakland Roots. They're making bids in their cities to have a new home. I mean, we all know with Memphis 901, the reason why they fell, they couldn't have a stadium, and look what happened. The team had to fold because of that. I wish that more teams wanted to do this, and I think slowly they're starting to implement this kind of things. Like I said, you have 2 teams that are wanting to do this, that are wanting to find a stadium to play in, and so that just shows you that the league is growing. When you have teams that play in such a beautiful pitch, it only makes the experience better to watch it as well. And let's get rid of turf. I don't want turf in any of the stadiums anymore either. But then you also had 2 transfers happening. Louisville City sending Wilson Harris to the Israeli Premier League, and then also Las Vegas Lights, they made a records transfer with Corey Bennett, and Corey Bennett going to the Kuwaiti Premier League. So that just shows you that the league is growing as well. The league is getting eyeballs from across the world, all over the world, and so you have two transfers of that pedigree, guys. That only talks volume about the USL Championship. It's a growing league. I keep repeating that, and I just want people to get more involved into it, to see what it is, and it's a great league. These 2 guys, respectively, they contributed to their team highly, and I know that they're only going to succeed in the new teams that they have. They're getting great players, great stars, and it's exciting to see. And I know the fans of each player. I mean, Louisville City's devastated by losing Wilson Harris. He was such a key player for them. He will be missed by many, I'm sure of. Just what I was seeing all over on X. It's also great to see because, like I said, these guys are getting challenged. They're pushing themselves, going to different leagues, getting outside of their comfort zone. And as a soccer player, sometimes you need to do that to help improve your game. But yeah, guys, overall, that's just what I wanted to talk about real quick. I want to jump on here and make a video on this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What are you guys excited for? Is Puerto Rico a team that you would want to have compete in the USL? Are you excited that Bad Bunny is linked to that? And do you think it's going to succeed? Do you think it will survive, even though we have had history of teams not being able to? I would love to see what you guys have to say. But with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one.